Memphis is -7.5. This game was originally scheduled for Friday evening. It was moved to Saturday afternoon because of the Category 5 hurricanes that are expected to hit the Tampa, Orlando area on Wednesday. And I pray for all the folks there that they stay safe. And here's the thing. This affects the home team more. It will affect the visiting team if this game is indeed played, which they expect it to be. South Florida is going to be scrambling. The players from South Florida, the stress of going through. I lived in South Florida, in Florida in general, South Florida specifically, for 7 years, guys. And when hurricanes come, they put so much stress on the household, shuttering up the windows. Are we going to lose power? How is it going to affect our life in the aftermath? And can we stay safe? And that's what the South Florida players will go through this week. And it's not fun. Memphis, on the other hand, they're going to prepare. And when the school tells them they're able to fly and the skies are clear, they're going to just show up at the game and be ready to play. This is a South Florida team, 1-3 versus FBS opponents this year. Granted, they've played a real tough schedule, Steve, against Bama, Miami, and Tulane. But, it's not like they were competitive in those games. I guess you can make a case in the Bama game they were up until the fourth quarter. But all in all, in those three losses, they were outscored 137-41. Their only win against an FBS opponent came over Southern Miss. They won that game 49-24. But I want to remind folks, that's a Southern Miss team that's 0-4 versus FBS opponents this year. And even with that, South Florida allowed 487 yards in that game to Southern Miss. By the way, in their last three games, South Florida, they've allowed just short of 40 points per game and 538 yards per contest over their last three. Not very good defense at all. And they're going to be playing against a very good offensive team in Memphis. They could run the ball. They could pass the ball. They're very balanced in that regard. Now, their pass to run ratio certainly shows that they're a little bit more pass happy. But if you look at their numbers, they're averaging over 5 yards per carry, and I believe over 200 yards per game on the ground or somewhere in that area. Their only loss this year, they're 4-1. Their only loss came to Navy, which, looking back, that doesn't look like a very bad loss right now because Navy's 5-0. And in that loss, they piled up 659 yards of offense. Navy just played a terrific game on the offensive side of the ball, and they just couldn't overcome that. Look, compared to USF, I just can't see how Memphis doesn't win this game handily, and especially with the situation at hand that I just alluded to with the hurricane coming up. And road favorites of 6-13.5, Steve, since 2015, coming off a straight up win, but a no cover like Memphis did in their 24-7 win in their previous contest against Middle Tennessee State. And they're a favorite of 5.5 or greater versus a foe off a road loss by 21 or greater. And that's what South Florida's coming off. 15-2 against the spread, 17-0 straight up. Average victory margin of 21 points per game and 88% ATS win percentage since 2015 for all college football teams in that exact situation. Memphis, -7.5 against South Florida. 4% top play in college football on Saturday. Vandy and Kentucky, folks, my college football 10% top plays are 4-0. 10-0 with my last 10. Yeah, 10-0. And thanks for helping me out. Us old guys don't have great memories. And also, folks, keep in mind, since December 3rd of 2022, 104-69 with all my college football premium selections.